Well, I was up at 20 after 6 this morning. Sorry, I've got a bug in my throat again. Seems to be a daily thing out here with these gnats. I was up at 20 after 6 this morning so I could get a head start on work because it's really hot. Yesterday was bad and I didn't get anything done after I went inside as people had advised, and I got up early and I went indoors in the afternoon and rested because I got up really early yesterday and I worked late the night before, and I rested in the afternoon, and I got up and the mosquitoes were a cloud out here. It was thick, so thick. I should have grabbed my camera and recorded them. Instead, I worked on the computer the rest of the afternoon and evening last night, so I didn't get anything else done. I got a little bit more cleaning up to do inside the camper before I start ripping that apart. That'll be soon. I got out my lawnmower this morning before it gets hot and started whacking at this. I still have to mow the garden because it's really bad. Curious if there's a baby here. No baby, but the birds are back making nests again. Oh look, something is making holes in my wood. That looks old though. Nature's trying to take over. So anyway, I was out here push mowing the lawn before it gets too bad, and I'm sort of upset with myself. I'm sure I'm not the first person that's ever done this. I think I remember my dad every once in a while getting upset with himself for mowing something that he didn't want to. I very carefully trimmed around everything, very carefully mowed around my rose bushes that I had planted, and then in a hurry I mowed them down. All 4 of my rose bushes are mowed down, gone. How stupid. I carefully trimmed around them, and then I ran through the next sweep around and went zip right down the row. I thought I missed a spot. It's so stupid. Well, anyway, boy, there's the sweetest smell in the air. It smells so good. I've got 2 different kinds of clover here. I've got the red clover and the white clover growing. So sweet. The onions are gone, sadly, or wild garlic, I should say, is gone. I've got plantain. Of course, grass itself smells sweet. Now, I had trusted my electric fence for a while and got lazy about things, and the trees, I trimmed them the other day. I didn't show that on video, and I don't think I mentioned it either. The trees came down and were touching my electric fence. I knew about it, I think I mentioned it, and I just never got to it because we had so much rain. And there's one of the branches I cut. I had to trim a whole mess of them back, and because they were laying all the way across this wire. And we had the 6 days of rain, and then I was gone for the weekend. Then I come back, and because the wire was shorted out, deer came back into my meadow. And guess what the first thing they did was? My apple tree used to be a lot taller and a lot healthier looking. Apple tree used to be about up to here. Now it's not. I don't know if it can pull through. They ate every single bit of every branch off that thing. Tore it up. And seems that deer prefer apples. So I never did box these in because the fence was up, and I thought, I'm good now. They ate the top right off this one and ate some of the new growth off that as well. So between worms and bugs eating my leaves and red cedar, what's it called? It's a blight, red cedar blight or something or other. It's a virus that causes these yellow spots. My apples are having a hard time of it here. So I'm going to have to box these in for emergency cases as when the fence stops working like it did. Really frustrating that, well, these things happen. If you just, I'm alone out here. It's hard to do everything. It's really hard to give you the full idea what it's like here with nature trying to take over every day and being alone out here trying to do this. So I'm trying to finish my lawn, but it's wet. We get heavy dew here, and every few minutes I have to stop and unclump it. But I'm going to see what I can do here in the rest of this, see if I can finish this up. That's a bit of a workout. I still got to do around the camper, the old workshop over there. But I'll have it, and then I'll work on the emptying the old camper then. Hopefully I'll finish that today and get ready for demolition. So, but it's getting hot already. It's only 9 o'clock. I've been working 3 hours and it's already hot. 2.5 hours I've been working. And I'm already taking a lot of breaks for rehydration. And, oh yeah, I gotta do the trim along the edges here. I better do that first. I can always do that the next day. Yeah, I'll do the trim. Push this back behind the electric fence here. And then be done, because the sun is pretty hot already. It's gonna be in the 90s this week and humid. It is really humid now. I'm really sweating bad. It's so hot. And no, this is not Troy complaining. This is Troy telling you what it's like out here, because you can't feel through video. And I try to do a good job at telling you what it's like here. Oh. While I was mowing, I scared up a deer over here. I think it was running around. That they come down the trail over here and they go around. Now my fence is working again. I saw it running past on the other side of this trail over here. Well, I'm going to finish this trim work under the electric fence and then get inside out of the sun. Fun. Now the deer flies are out. I just got bit on the neck pretty good. Deer flies are little striped looking flies that they have scissor mouths and they cut through your skin and then suck the blood that comes out. And it hurts. I got them buzzing around me pretty bad right now, so oh boy. I guess that's it for today. Oh, they hurt. And then it itches and burns after. Oh. Hi, this is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Just taking a break on my porch. It's just after 9 and it got hot fast out there. I'm sweating. It got hot. Boy, those deer flies are brutal. I got this really bad itching, burning on my neck. Once they come out, you're done, because I haven't found anything that deters them really. And I don't like any chemicals on my skin. Off is fine on your clothes, but on your exposed skin, that stuff isn't good for you. Anything that soaks into your pores, especially when you're sweating like this and your pores are open, nah, not good. I've learned out here that, so I was just distracted, there's a colony of ants going up and down my main beam here. The ants are insane. I have had multiple infestations here. I've destroyed one colony after another with the taro ant bait, and they just keep coming back. There's so many ants. One ant colony can have about 10,000 ants, and each colony can have 10 satellite colonies. So that's as many as 10 colonies you have to destroy with this round up to 100,000 ants. And that's a lot of ants. So I've learned out here working evenings, forget it. That's mosquito time, and you don't get a lot done in the early evenings. Now, around 8 o'clock again, you can usually get back outside for 30 minutes and weed the garden a little bit before it's too dark. But I'll tell you, last night, for example, from 6 o'clock in the afternoon on, was a cloud of mosquitoes. I've never seen mosquitoes this bad before. I was talking to a friend, we figured maybe it's El Nino. It's supposed to be a bad year. The gnats are worse than I've ever seen, the mosquitoes are worse than I've ever seen. So I got out here early. The early morning hours, you're pretty good. There's no bugs. Even the gnats weren't bothering me except for the one that went down my throat. There weren't too many gnats. But once the sun starts coming over the trees and clears that meadow and starts beating down on you, then everything comes out. And, well, then it's too hot in the sun anyway. So now it's time to go in and work on the camper and get that demolished. I still have, I want to show you here, let me bring the camera around. I still have here some trees that I want to get rid of, but there's pros and cons about doing that. This tree, this one, and this clump, which is actually one tree, but right now that camper's in pure shade, which makes it a perfect work zone. Once I take down those trees, that's going to be in full sunlight, my construction zone. But I want those trees down before I build my tiny house on wheels, because if they do fall the wrong way and destroy something, I'd rather not have it be my brand new house. So I have to get them down before I start building, which means within the next week. So as I said before, payday's on the 24th, and that's when I plan on getting some lumber and starting my construction. So time is getting tight. It means all these trees got to come out, and the other 2-3 back in there that I want to get rid of before I start my construction. So a lot going on, and I'm still finishing the garden. Plus, as you've seen today, just trying to take back from nature what nature's trying to take from me, and that's a ongoing battle. Trimming, cutting, pruning, just continuous. Well, I'm going to rehydrate a bit and get out there in the camper and finish emptying that thing. Found out what was eating my cauliflower this morning. This one looks really nice. It's growing very well. This one never did anything. It's strange. Actually, neither did that. I'm starting to think they put the wrong plant in there because it doesn't look like these guys. But let me come around here and show you. This was being eaten, actually completely devoured. It looks quite disgusting, actually. And I found out what it was this morning. There was a tiny little slug eating my cauliflower all along and causing some serious rot. It's disgusting. I think what I'll do is cut off the bad stuff and see if the rest will grow. Hate to lose a whole plant. So it was a slug. I got him this morning. Let's learn something new every day here. I've never seen slugs eat cauliflower, but then again, I've never grown cauliflower in New York. And I never saw slugs in Michigan my whole life. Broccoli is amazing looking. I think I'm going to spread some diatomaceous earth on the... I don't know if this is normal or acceptable, but I think I'm going to put it on the plant heads themselves, on each of these, to stop anything from eating all my food. And it'll stop the soft-bodied insects which will get in the cabbage as it starts to grow. All the worms and aphids and disgusting things that get in there. Speaking of which, I see now something has started attacking the cabbage. Look at that, that's pretty badly ripped up. It has begun. The war is on full blast now. The war to keep my garden. I have to be out here every day, multiple times a day, to find the things that are eating my food. Organic gardening is very hard work. It's a lot of work. You have to be diligent or you will lose it all. But these plants are growing nicely. Another garden enemy. I don't know where it is or what did it, but something has eaten off the stem of my cucumber. Oops, I lost focus here. All the way up the length of it. Eaten off in half. It's still alive. I forgot, it's some kind of a beetle that lays a larva inside the stem. And I can't find, I've never seen one to this day, ever. But they get in there and they stay there. And the only thing I found to save that plant is aluminum foil. Here, this one's been attacked as well. Again, this is something I never saw in Michigan before. It's really weird. Now, you can save your plant by burying it. If you bury the plant, which I'm about to do, it will re-root itself. And once it does, I'm going to put aluminum foil around the new stem that comes up. And that will stop that insect from eating my plants anymore. I learned this a few years ago when I first learned about this attack. These haven't been attacked yet, so it's still time to put aluminum foil on the base. Unfortunately, I packed my aluminum foil when I packed up the kitchen in the old camper, so I have to go get some.